Welcome back. NDL Weekly. Hey guys, this is going to be a work in progress. We thought we were live a second ago. We were not live a second ago. We are now live this second. And how we doing tonight, guys? Zachy, how you doing? Oh, hey, I like your background.
I'm wonderful. You
Yeah.
didn't notice that when I threw that up there?
No, I didn't.
I threw it.
Super
It's
hot.
special for Jason and Justin. Mainly Jason, but
Well, I personally, I am a Chiefs fan, so I do appreciate that. I also may be an Eagles fan. I dabble with the Raiders. I'm a bit of a slut at this point. I don't know what's happening. I just fantasy football. It must be nice to look forward to Sundays. I don't know that life, Zach. I don't know that life.
It's a recent. I mean, I always looked forward to it, but I always went to bed disappointed until about 2018.
God,
I mean, we were good from 13 to 17, but we weren't good enough to win it, obviously.
Yeah, it's just to see your team like that poster, that gives you goosebumps, right? That gets you excited. I see the Raiders and it's this visceral disappointment, and I just have to shake it saying that's not real life. You have a family, you are loved, but I can't look at the Raiders logo and feel excitement. Adrian, how you living today, brother?
Doing good, man. That's got to be rough to lose a team. It's got to be rough.
To lose a team?
Yeah, to lose a team.
I didn't necessarily lose a team.
Unless you gained 31.
Well done. I love it, dude. Hey, dude, that's a sweet house, man. Who plays the piano?
I do.
Dude, I wish I played a piano. I think it's so hot when I can see a dude up on stage ripping the guitar with a good voice, and I'm like, I am attracted to him. I am attracted to his talent. A girl, I don't care if she's, 350. I don't care if she's whatever. I am sexually attracted to that person. Is that weird? Do you guys feel any of that? Like, are you like someone so talented that you're like just in complete admiration?
Taylor Swift.
More probably voice. Right? Yeah, I would think somebody that can sing.
Right?
Oh, dude, a beautiful singing voice.
Yeah. Dang it. But I'm talking, I don't like dudes, right? But we were passing by this bar in Vegas. Dude, good looking dude, voice of an angel. And I'm just thinking, I don't know how all these girls aren't just throwing themselves at. They don't even have to have anything going on in life, but they have a good voice and it's sexy. It's that talent. So piano, I wish I could play it. Anything. You guys play an instrument?
I used to play drums.
Yeah. I wish I could play drums.
I used to play the didgeridoo.
I have no idea I don't know what that is. Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's basically a really long pipe. It's Australian.
Yeah.
Oh, does it sound like a rattlesnake?
No.
No.
Sweet.
More like a buzzing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, good. Okay, so this is our new platform. We're trying to do it live. Let's see how it goes. If you guys have any direction or just any kind of comment on what we could do better or how it could look better or a segment or something like that, let us know right now. We have power rankings. We'll go ahead and see how it works out at the end of the year, revisit our power rankings. I'll probably have to look up the show because I won't have these notes, but it'll be fun to kind of see how it is. I had my own process. These guys had their own process. We'll see how we kind of meet in the middle. We're started with JB. I wanted to go over some trades first. So if you have that trade screen up, I'd like to, what we're going to do during the regular season, we will talk about the trades if we see anything funky happen. But now we have a fifth league.
Oh,
since we have a fifth league, we're going to need to.
I got to remember to go owner mode first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you weren't sharing, so good.
Yeah, I wasn't sharing. No IPs were shared. But Jay. What up, Jay? So we'll talk trades. I do like the trade for segment. We each have someone we'll either trade for or we'll trade away. I like that. If you guys think it sucks, let us know. We won't do it. But yes, this is NDL centric. It'll be all about our show. We're not giving waiver advice. We're not. You guys have the ballers. You guys have your individual podcasts that you guys like. This is just nonsense.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Not you.
Oh,
Jason K. Just saying
hey,
hi.
buddy. So we're not really giving you. We don't want to give you like any usable content. We're just here to tickle your ears, maybe be funny, but these are our favorite leagues right here. This is what we come to. We spend time away from the family and work for these leagues. It's nice to kind of just chop it up about the league. So a couple segments that we want: the trade for or away segment. Yes, it's about NDL, but this is kind of in general, right? Someone we're going for, someone we're looking to sell because of a big game. Maybe if let's just off the top of my head, A-Chain has a good game. Okay. You draft him in the second round and you're thinking, now's my time to pounce. Maybe I can get, A-Chain's probably only going to yield you like 2/4, but get that extra fourth, right? But if there's someone that you want to sell or trade away or sell or buy, that's going to be where we're saying, hey, look across your leagues. This is who we're looking at right now. I look at this every day, 365 days a year, sometimes a little bit, sometimes a lot of it. So I think I have a finger on the pulse. I got a lot to learn, so I'm learning from you guys too. But I want to look at our NDL trades, maybe broad-based trade for or away segment, and then we're going to just kind of dig in a little bit. Zach and I can go on for days about each league, right? We'll all grab a league. Do you guys want another host? Is 3 enough? It really gets to a point where, Jason, it gets to a point where too many people means we're going to have too many fun conversations. And sometimes, we're sitting at 2 hours and thinking, is anyone even listening anymore? So let us know what you think. Let's get into the trades real quick. We're going to go back to, we're not going to do any of the nonsense pick trading, but JB, we did have that blockbuster between Tony and Adrian. Adrian, give it to us real quick. What was it? Is he muted? No. Adrian?
Yes,
There you go.
I am.
All right, cool.
So what I was saying is that, once you reach a certain age, you can't read the small print. So you're really screwing me up here royally.
I'll help
I
you.
can't read it.
How about this, Zachy? If you can read off that trade, that'll be sweet.
Yeah. The 1-4, the 1-5, 2-4, the 3-5, 3-6, 2044 first from Tennessee, which we'll get to that later, and all that for Justin Jefferson.
So if we try to chase that down, Adrian just trades too much. So he used some of those picks. He traded away a lot of those picks, and he mix and match. So personally, if I'm going to sell Justin Jefferson, I'm going to make sure I'm going to get some key pieces.
3 first sounds about right.
Yeah, and one of them yielded a quarterback, right? Which you really want to get a quarterback. Typically, if you're going to get 3 firsts, I don't think I would have gotten a high enough pick to achieve quarterback with one of those, but you did. You're happy with the haul?
I am. Selling Justin Jefferson, you got to kind of figure out when is the right time to sell him, right? So if he doesn't have a good year, then you can't get the haul. Obviously he's going to have a good year. We know that, but it's when the time is right. I knew I've been to the playoffs a couple of years in a row. I'm like, this ain't working. I haven't made it there. last year was kind of a fluke with the injury and stuff like that. I thought I might have had a win, but and I like having fun. I mean, it's nice to have somebody else win and not have one person win all the time. So, and I know Kyle was happy to see me sell him off because Kyle's upset because I keep on beating him, or he'll beat me, or vice versa. It was definitely a rivalry. So it was fun. So, but I did get my quarterback, and I ended up selling my other third quarterback for a 25 first. So
good. How did Stroud end up? That's the quarterback you ended up getting.
yes.
How's he been looking in his limited preseason?
Like a rookie.
Is he okay?
Yeah.
Most guys do.
Yeah. He's got accuracy.
I keep hearing that his accuracy is solid.
Yeah.
I did tout his accuracy, and then Zach hit me with a what?
Sam Bradford.
Yes, Sam Bradford. He was looking all right for a couple minutes. Then not so much.
I will say a lot of his issues were injury related. Like what could have happened if he never tore his ACLs and all that. But
right.
So
yeah, that was a bummer. He still grabbed $20 million from the Rams before he exited.
Like 54 million was his contract. That was the last year of the super inflated contracts. The next year is when they went to the pay scale.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
next trade
was just
Adrian and you.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk and the 1-5 for the 1-8, 1-9, 2-2, and 2-11.
So it's actually kind of two trades in one.
Yeah, I hated that trade.
Yeah.
I really like that trade because I do like Ayuk.
Oh, I do too. I hated it because you're in my division.
Yeah. No,
and you got the 1-5 on top of it.
Yeah, that was really tough between Gibbs and JSN and Mother F. A lot of details went into that, and I could not trade back because John, you bastard, is so he digs his heels in. Everyone knows John, you little stinker. Love you. 14 miles. Who runs 14 miles? He said he cut it short that day so he could draft with us. It was going to be an 18-mile run. Sweet God. But I am high on Ayuk. Adrian, give me just your 1 minute on, you were high on Ayuk at the beginning of the offseason, and now it's tempering.
Yeah, he's not the main receiver. I mean, he's not the main option there anymore. So, and if Debo is healthy, he's going to get some. Obviously, Kittle, and then McCaffrey is going to get some.
Kittle has to be healthy too.
Yeah.
Didn't I say that or no? I thought I said Kittle.
Yeah.
I said Kittle has to be healthy as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think it's just a cost thing, right? His salary with where I think he'll rank makes him buy at what price, right? But I agree. Debo is otherworldly. I think Ayuk's a good receiver. I think Debo is godly. Just with what he could do, the size of him, the running out the backfield, the size of him, what the fuck is that? His size, his hands, his route running.
Okay, so look at it this way. So I got Flowers, Addison for plus the GOAT Tank Dell for that trade.
Is that who you?
I think at the 211, I think I got Dell, and it was like I said, it was two different trades. So the 105 we worked together. I said I'd give you the 105 for the 108 and the 202, right? And then we did Ayuk for the 109 and the 211.
211. Yeah.
So we just kind of lumped it together, so it didn't look as, I guess, good on my side. But
well, so
if Addison does good,
buzz in Baltimore, Flowers is getting love.
Yeah. So if they match Ayuk eventually, then hey, it's a good deal. And then I got Tank in my back pocket.
I like Tank. Jake, take some notes. I send an offer, and then you send an offer. And then I send an offer, which is also called a counter, and then you So that's what it was. We talked about it before even Justin Jefferson. So Adrian, and I know, and Jake, you're solid. Love you. And you got a newish wife. You got a new baby. 2 jobs. Respect and love. I get it. Adrian and I, we're older. We got some time. We're sitting in front of a computer. So I'll give you some grace there. But Adrian was setting up moves prior to his Jefferson trade with what he's going to do with the toys he got from the Jefferson trade. So we were talking about our deal before your deal with Tony went through. So I sent the offer of 108 and 202 for your 105, and then you countered adding my 109 and 211, and you added Ayuk. So I thought that went well. I like Ayuk. He's my wide receiver 5 or so. I think in a PPR, I think it looks good. You got some toys. I really like Addison. I really like Flowers. The route running is stellar. We're all gonna have fun watching them play. What's the next trade?
Devontae Smith for T. Higgins and the 2.5.
So I kept that 205. Jason, I sent him. I said I wanted to see if he wanted Devonta Smith. I had been wanting Higgins back. I do have Devonta ranked higher, so I added the kicker of the 2.05. I have Hawkinson and Jawan Jennings. Is that his name? Jawan Johnson. Oh hell, can't remember. The Saints dude. And I wanted one of the tight ends. I was hoping to get Mayer. I got Mayer. So Mayer and Higgins for Devonta Smith. Jason got his one true love. I got Higgins. Pretty cut and dry. They're ranked pretty closely. The 205 wasn't going to make or break. He got his guy. You guys love it, hate it, indifferent?
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have given
like
up Smith,
Higgins,
but I can't like trash trade at all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you would have kept Smith.
Yeah.
That makes me happy for my trade partner because I had been wanting Higgins back, even though I have Devonta Smith, and I needed another tight end to sit on my taxi. So that makes me happy that you like Jason's side a little bit more. What's the next one?
Treylon Burks from the Broncos to Tennessee for Purdy and 2/4.
So how do you feel about that one now, Adrian?
I love it now.
Really great, right?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Because she got Purdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah. Well, I do like Burks a lot.
But
relatively speaking, you're right. I'll give it to you. For a wide receiver that we're hoping is a wide receiver 2 this year, and she got Purdy, bro. That was hot. And I'm wondering what Joe's thinking because Joe's a dick.
He wants receivers.
He doesn't usually give a good deal, and that wasn't a salary thing.
No, he's got a newfound love for receivers.
Dude,
he does.
I have a plethora of receivers, and I'm in quarterback need. And he didn't even do a Joe thing and try to like, hey, Renee's trying to trade for Purdy. Do you want Purdy? You want to outbid?
I wonder if he offered it.
No,
because you don't pay for
the person that offers is the person on top on the trade. Renee offered it to Joe.
I wonder if some countering went back. That seems like a offer and accept type deal, though, huh?
But still, like, again, this is something I was saying to Jake earlier. You know, someone's after somebody or has been wanting something, and they have things that you want. Why not even just send out a feeler, even if it's a quick feeler. Hey, Zach,
your feelers are. I don't like your feelers. Your feelers are funky.
That's not what you said last night.
Yeah, baby.
All right, next trade. NFC this time. Vikings give up Calvin Ridley and the 1.5 for Najee Harris to the Falcons.
What the hell? What was that?
Cole. Cole gave up Ridley and the 1.5 with James.
Well, why would Cole do that? So
That's like Ridley.
Najee's worth, he's $43.
Because he had Javonte Williams, James Robinson, and Zonovan Knight.
Yeah, but he could have got Gibbs and kept Ridley.
Maybe. How did the draft go?
Or JSN. Why would he, Adrian? Why would he do that?
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
Gibbs and Robinson went 1 and 2.
Oh
But
my God, really?
Yeah. All right,
Gibson,
well,
who did that?
Bijan went 1, Gibbs went 2. Then
Wow.
Richardson, JSN, then
that?
Bryce Young. So he could have had Bryce Young or Stroud.
My daughter is singing in the background. That's fucking cute. Wait, who did it? Who did the 102? Who took Gibbs? What is happening? Why would they?
Yeah, they forgot it was Superflex for a while, I guess, at the beginning.
I cannot get to the draft. I am retarded.
He has Herbert and Cousins. I guess
Draft
that's why he
results.
went
That's
Gibbs.
true. Yeah.
He also doesn't. He's weak at at running back. So
Rizzo. What the fuck? Mitch scored. So and then Nate took JSN over Bryce Young. He's got Jared Goff and Tua. Oh, and he took CJ Stroud. Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense.
yeah, so he got he didn't care which quarterback he got. He got his wide receiver he wanted.
Nate, you dirty dog. Strategery. Dude, Bush
Then he
Senior
picks
was
up
the
Dalton
man.
4 picks later, or Kincaid.
Dang.
All right.
Solid, bro. Solid. Okay.
All right. Next
So-
trade. Matthew-
Honestly, Cole, I'm really disappointed. I don't know. Okay, go.
Baltimore gave up a 3rd round and a 2025 first for Matthew Stafford. Again with
that was to you,
Adrian.
Was that to you, Adrian?
Yes.
Adrian's
I like
punting
that.
this season.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think, Zach? You had something to say.
Adrian's punting. I mean, get what you can for those guys, especially when they're older.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I like it.
I liked it.
Completely understand it.
Too. Oh, I think. Oh, you had popped off and said something, but then I think it was not related. Oh, it was the warning. Never mind. It was the warning that the trade was right. Next trade.
Well, we're gonna skip that one. We're gonna go all the way up to.
Oh, Jason said while you're looking at that, he said Jason said not sure Najee's value is even. I know. Even with the 105 or Ridley. I'm not sure what Cole was thinking.
Yeah.
That was a lot to give up from Najee, for sure. All right, next trade.
Okay.
Jason gave up Cam Akers, Jason K. Cam Akers, Keenan Allen, Trey McBride to Kyle for Josh Jacobs and Mike Williams. I love this for Jason.
Okay, let me see.
yeah.
Okay. Jason gave away Cam Akers, Keenan Allen, Trey McBride, and he got. Oh yeah, that was sexy. Yep. Jason, God dang it!
Love it.
It was a salary. I think Kyle was.
That was good.
Over it.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, but Kyle didn't need to give up Mike Williams at $3. But I mean, guys, in theory, would you trade Keenan Allen and Akers for Jacobs?
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I would. I wouldn't even have needed Mike Williams. Now I have to have the salary space because he is $53. But I mean, good job, Jay. I think Kyle has his guy, and he has an agenda when he goes in. He also had no problem laughing in my face for one of the trades we did in another league of ours. Right after we traded, he laughed at me, and said, I would have done it for so much less. What the hell? Why so mean? At least lie to me, right? It was Kincaid, which I really liked my side, so I'm glad he felt like that. It was a 2 tight end league anyway, but he had his guy. He had his agenda.
Last trade. Rizzo gives up Josh Jacobs and Michael Thomas to Nate for Deontay Johnson and a 2024 second.
People selling Jacobs.
That's what I'm saying. This is the same type of thing, right? Jacobs, Michael. What do you guys think about Michael Thomas right now? Do we care about him?
Nope, irrelevant.
Right, irrelevant.
He's
right?
irrelevant until he makes himself relevant, and I don't think he's going to make himself relevant.
He made a couple
Take
catches
a wild
preseason.
guess.
Yeah, until he gets hurt week 1, and then he's out for the rest of the year.
But if he doesn't,
and his salary is $22.
Hey, Justin Berry's in.
Yep, he is still in the league. I still love that meme that was like about Hamlin died on the field and came back before Michael Thomas came back.
That was good. That's so good, dude. Michael Thomas was kind of being a little B, though. I think he was. It was a pride thing too. I think it sounded like from what Peyton was saying. But I mean, I like Jacobs for Deontay in a second. I think that's fine. Jacobs is $53 in NFC as well. Deontay, $19. Shedded some cap. Deontay in a second for Jacobs at $53. I could see it. He also got Michael Thomas. I don't know. It's so tough dealing running backs right now in August. It's tough. But those were the trades. Good job. Quite active. We've been much more active this month. It's always fun. Although I don't know how active we'd be without Adrian. I don't know if we'd be singing the active praises, but you make it fun, Adrian. Thanks, brother. All right, so let's start with the NFC. Oh, it looks like Justin's in. Yes, Justin. Michael Thomas is still in the league. For how long? Through preseason, maybe. Cool background. Yes. Oh, you dick. Go Chiefs. And Birds. Oh, hell. Okay, so let's start with the NFC. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my process. You guys don't need to go into your process. If you'd like to, great. All I did really is this. I went through each team. I ranked 1 to 5 their quarterback room, 1 to 5 their running back room, and so on. Came out with a score. Then I ranked the scores. So obviously this is like geometry and super impressive. But, it's a work in progress. I think this is about as good as any way to rank them while not knowing anything about ranking. But this is our opinion. We didn't share each other's rankings. We'll go and start with the NFC. If you can go down, I will start. I did use a tiebreaker because I did have some ties. I gave the tiebreaker to the better quarterback room. Jason and Justin are making love in chat, which is very cute. So I will start. I ranked Tim. I swear to God, I've been telling you for about 1.5 years now, you got to do something. Stop selling your picks. Get some picks. I have you ranked at number 12. I would love, you don't even have your picks, mother. And I just started to develop a relationship with you via text message, and I feel like we're very close now. But we're going to have to really focus on your JP team because it's hurting. Can you pull it up real quick, please? We're going to touch on it.
Yeah.
The Saints. That's who I have. I'm just going to touch on it real quick. Then you guys can kind of give your ranking and then touch on if it's the same one as mine. Sweet. You can add a little something if you want. If not, you can pound the pass button. But so I'm seeing, let's do this. I'm going to just go into seeing them as well. Saints. So I can actually speak on it.
Saints.
So I got a
number 12.
Brock Purdy. I got Saints number 12. I got a Brock Purdy and Matthew Stafford, Mills Davis. I got no one on taxi. Saquon, James Cook, DeAndre Swift. All right. That's I didn't die choking when I read that, but then we got Tyler Boyd, Paris Campbell, DJ Chark. That trifecta should not be at the top, right? You do have Diggs. Congratulations. Michael Gallup, Nuke, Josh Palmer. Gross, disgusting. For me. Mike Gesicki, and Austin Hooper in the tight end room. Okay. Not much to speak of. There's nothing on Taxi besides Wando Robinson. And he doesn't have his 24 first. So do you guys have something different besides the Saints?
Yep. Mine's
Yep.
different.
I have Saints and same thing, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. That's where they're lacking.
Yeah. You need some help, bro. Meet me in DMs. Who do you have ranked 12? Zach?
49ers.
Wow.
Wow. Because I actually, and I don't know if Mitch wants to hear this, but I kind of like his team.
Yep. I'm higher.
It's come. Do you like it too a little bit?
So how I did this,
Okay.
I ranked every division first to fourth. I have San Francisco finishing last in that division.
You did it the dumb way. Okay.
I then ranked all the first place teams against each other, and then the second place teams, then the third, and then the fourth. So out of
Yeah.
One thing I don't want to hear from you is strength of schedule.
I didn't look at schedules at all. I did not factor schedules into this. I'm just looking straight up
That's good.
at the teams because that's a power rankings. You don't factor schedules into power rankings.
Right.
So you both had the Saints. I had the 49ers.
We do. We can touch on this the 49ers in a minute. But if you want to touch on why you have Mitch last, do that.
I have him last in his division.
Okay.
His division is pretty tough. We've got here, let's see, my rankings in the division. I've got it Arizona, Seattle, Los Angeles, then San Francisco. So I've got.
This will be good to hear your take because it is a different process and I like it.
I've got Arizona winning the division. Burrow, Carr, CMC, Pollard, McKinnon as a bye week fill-in dude. Adams, Jefferson, Freiermuth. I mean, that's a pretty solid team.
Who are you talking about?
Arizona.
Well, don't talk about them yet.
No, I'm telling you how I ranked the division and why.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, okay. So if you don't want me to do it that way, I have them last.
Okay. You have Mitch. Okay. You have him last in the division. You have him ranked 12th overall.
Yep. Because I have the other fourth place divisional teams better than him.
Okay. I have Saints. Adrian has Saints. You have San Francisco. Adrian, give me your number 11.
Hey, you guys are going to hate this. And I have the Bears.
I have the Bears as well.
Okay. I don't hate it that much. I do have Atlanta, but tell me why you have the Bears.
I mean, his strength, I think, maybe his running back room. I mean, that's really the only thing with Jacobs. I mean, he's got Dobbins that if he comes back, Sanders maybe, but his quarterbacks are Goff, and then Tua. So if Tua gets hurt, I mean, he's got Stroud in his taxi.
You can't. So I don't feel like you can factor in potential injuries. You have to assume full strength.
I agree.
And Tua and Goff are very good quarterbacks to have starting. That's not where I knocked his.
I agree.
Division.
I actually gave him a decent ranking on quarterbacks. Not great, but I mean, I gave him a 3 out of 5.
Well, unfortunately, I still think in this division, he's the worst quarterback room in this division.
Okay. I didn't look at the division like that, but I could appreciate it. So We have I actually, so both of you have the Bears ranked 11. Okay. I have Atlanta. Atlanta, it was tied between Bears and Atlanta has a worse quarterback room for me, right?
Yep,
You guys
by
spoke
far.
on the Bears. So that was the kicker for me. I actually didn't mind. I had the Bears pretty even across the board, 3, 3.5, 3.5, and 3. Atlanta, I mean, the quarterbacks, it just leaves too much to be desired. And in these leagues, the one quarterback, super flex, and whatever NDL, it's all super flex rankings. So if the quarterback room is rough, I'm not taking that team as a serious contender personally. So I have Atlanta. Atlanta's pretty rough, and I don't know if he's tearing it down. This is James. So Atlanta, I have. Oh, he just logged in. So it's because of Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson. I don't mind Jordan Love. I love Aaron Rodgers this year. So that was fine. But he does have Bryce Young on taxi. So I don't know what to think of Love. Aaron Rodgers, I like. I might need to rank him a little bit higher. I don't know if I took into consider Bryce Young. I'm sure I did, but ETN and Dylan and Khalil Herbert, right? That's rough. Marquise Brown, Gabe Davis, Elijah Moore, Calvin Ridley, and then Allen Robinson, Thielen, Robert Woods. I actually ranked his his wide receiver room not bad because he also has Jalen Hyatt and Jordan Addison. So I gave him a 4 out of 5 in the wide receiver room, but it could be interchangeable with the Bears personally.
So
but
my 10 is Atlanta.
Same with mine.
Okay.
My 10's 11. Yeah, Atlanta.
Okay, so we've jumbled them a little bit, but I have Saints, Atlanta, Bears. You guys have a little bit different, but just tweaked. But we all have Saints, Atlanta, Bears.
No, I have 49ers.
Right? Oh, and 49ers. Okay, my bad. So you must have the other one right now when ranked 11, 10. 9th is for Adrian and I, Mitch, and the San Francisco 49ers. And you have who? Hey, Zach.
The LA CTU.
LA CTU. Wow. Okay.
That's the third place team in that division. And I think of the 3 third place teams, they are the worst third place team.
Okay. I could appreciate it. I'm gonna let you speak on them right now. Why do you think
So it'd be easier. My 7, 8, and 9, these are the third place teams. At 7, I have Packers, 8 Saints, 9 LA.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he has no running backs, really. If Kamara suspended for half the season.
Nope, 3 games.
Well, that's fine. That's a quarter of the season, and that's all the division games.
Big difference.
It's all the first 3 divisional games.
So
Week 3. He doesn't have
Okay.
his best running back.
He has Antonio Gibson. I like him. I like him enough.
He doesn't
He's got
have
Alexander Madison.
He doesn't have tight ends.
He's got Cam Akers and Tank Bigsby. He's got Jahmyr Gibbs. You need to stop talking. You didn't rank this right.
I missed the Gibbs.
And Tank Bigsby.
Mm.
I'm going to forgive you for this, but I'm going to shut you down. You don't get to talk right now. Adrian, let's speak on Mitch real quick. I'm going to speak on why I think Mitch is actually ranked 9th. And the reason why I said I don't think he's going to want to hear that, because I think he's still building. I think he's got to work a little bit harder if he wants a higher pick. If he doesn't want a higher pick, I could respect that, because you could still build, not be necessarily competing right now, but you can only put so many on taxi. So just a quick second, why I think Adrian and I have Mitch, the 49ers, which are right there, is, he's got Mac Jones. I like him. We don't love him. He's got Kenny Pickett. Some like him a lot. I like him. We don't love him. But he's also got Anthony Richardson on taxi. That's 3 starting, solid, locked-in quarterbacks. And he's got Trey Lance that might accidentally play, and then he might accidentally be good, and then he could accidentally get a starting spot on a team accidentally forever. So that's not a bad quarterback room, right? Then he's got Zeke. He can sell him for $12 to a team. Mitch, I'm excited about this team. Then he's got Aaron Jones. Then he's got David Montgomery. Then he's got Kendra Miller. That's it. That's all the ends. But then he's got a decent wide receiver. Nothing great, but he's got Devonta Smith. He's got Bateman. He's got Metcalf. He's got Dotson. He's got QJ. He's got Drake London. Zachary. How do you not like this?
He's going to finish. He's going to finish last in this division.
The only way he finishes last in this division is if he tries to finish last in the division. That's it, brother. He's also got Evan Ingram and Chig at tight end. This is a competitive team. It's not the sexiest conventional team, but Jahan Dotson, QJ, Drake London, Bateman, DK, Devonta Smith, Hunter Renfro, Portland Sutton.
So he's going to have to lose somebody to bring these people up.
But that's easy, right? That's not hard. He could get rid of Trey Lance at $15 and get a second for him.
You just talked about him potentially being a starter.
And
no one's traded for Trey Lance. Unless he is a starter.
I guarantee tonight someone will give him a second for. I would give a second for Trey Lance at $15.
And roster him? He's not on the taxi.
It depends. If I'm rebuilding, why wouldn't I? I'd rather have Trey Lance in a second. Hell yes. This team is actually better than 9th overall. I don't think, but I'm convinced he's going to keep those guys on taxi. I'll also say this one last thing, and then Adrian, I want to hear words from you. In a start 3 wide receiver league, these wide receivers are so important. And to have that kind of depth at wide receiver, in a start 3 wide receiver, you only have to start 2 running back, and it's full PPR. That's pretty sexy. Adrian, why do you have him ranked 9th?
Well, same as you. I mean, his QB room is, I guess mediocre. But, I can see him being ranked higher if he does promote some of his players that are on taxi. And then, Anthony Richardson, if he comes about, he could be stronger. His team could be stronger, but I still think he's –
I do too.
He's ranked 9th. So,
I do too. Okay.
Based on what I see.
All right. Ranked, Zachy, who do you have as 8th overall? Saints. Okay. Saints. And Adrian, we already spoke on the Saints, Tim.
I have Seattle.
You have Seattle. Okay. I had Vikings. I have Vikings, but I have Seattle tied at 14. So we all have something different at 8. We probably don't need to go into it too much. Nilo, get your shit together. I don't know how long you have to be in the league for you to keep building. How long does the rebuild take, Nilo? Sweet Jesus. Vikings. But Cole's the one I'm really disappointed in. Remember how we ranked him last year? We had him like 1 or 2. He was the one that shed like Lamb or got Lamb and gave up like a ton of players, and he still had a ton of players left that were great. But right now he's sitting with Jimmy G. He's got Kyler. He's got Russ. Okay. He's got no other quarterbacks on taxi. So that's why I got Vikings ranked 8th. We already spoke on the Saints for Zach. Why do you have Nilo ranked 8th? Adrian?
Mainly his, I guess, quarterback and running back room. Just because, we don't know what's going on with JT. That's
now
the way I looked at it.
Yeah. His running
mainly
back
his quarterback.
Yeah. His running back room's pretty sexy, right? He's got some depth pieces in Algier, Elijah Mitchell, Isaiah Pacheco. Like him. But he's also got Dameon Pierce. He's a solid guy.
Bijan.
He's got Jonathan Taylor. He's got
He's got
Bijan.
Bijan.
He's got A-Chain. That's pretty sexy, right?
But we're looking at just
more
this year.
important.
So
And we are looking at this year, yeah.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, right? But I mean, Deshaun and Tannehill. I love Deshaun, but he's got no third quarterback with Tannehill. But he does have Levis.
You don't have to have a
That could do
third
same
quarterback.
You don't have to have a third quarterback, but I'm going to rank you less than. If you don't, I rank myself less than for only having two, and I have Hurts and Dak. I gave myself a 3.5 or whatever. No, I gave myself a 4. I reduced something. Oh, running back room. Cool. But Treylon Burks, Tyreek Hill are his wide receivers. That's not good. In a start 3, it is pivotal to have, in my opinion, at least 4 really solid wide receivers.
But you're being unrealistic. Most teams aren't going to have 4 solid wide receivers.
Solid is not stud.
I'm not saying you have to be a stud.
I think
but you're saying
Burks is
solid. Well, Juju and Jacoby Myers are solid.
No, false. Gross.
Just look at their points.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Metcalf only scored like 40 points over both of those guys.
Can Juju? I don't care what happened last year. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying they can
I
put
understand.
up enough points just to be solid.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Yes, but also it's the headache. Do I start Juju over Sky Moore? Sky Moore over Jacoby? Alan Lazard had a good week last week. That's the trauma that you give yourself on lineup morning, right? Brandon Cooks should be the better start. Burks, Brandon Cooks, Tyreek Hill, solid. Well, then Brandon Cooks is overshadowed by the backfield and Lamb and Gallup that week, and you're like, mother F. But if you have, I'm talking not just ones, but and twos or top 30 guys, right? Which Brandon Cooks could be. Juju isn't.
There's 12
Sky
teams.
Moore
You can't
isn't.
have. It's hard to have even 3 top 30 guys in a 12-team league.
You got to find a way, in my opinion. Now, I haven't won in JB yet, so I'm still trying to find a way. In our other leagues, it's only start 2, so I'm still trying to find a way. I think I have guys. I'll show you, but I think you have to find a way more than bolstering up your running back room. Period. I like having 2. JT and Damian Pierce would be fine with Isaiah Pacheco, Elijah Mitchell, and Tyler Algier. And he's got Bijan and Devin A-Chain, but I'm not even counting them. But I'm just saying, that's a solid running back room for me. Just what he has. Some role players with JT as his 1 and Damian Pierce as his 2. That to me that's my type of running back room.
He'll be starting JT, Pierce, and Bijan. Or JT, Bijan, and Pacheco.
So Seattle, I had as 7th overall. We all were caught up right there. I have Arizona as 6. What a fall.
Hold on, we haven't done our 7s yet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who you got?
Go ahead, Adrian.
I have Green Bay.
I also have Green Bay.
Ooh, yeah. Speak on it.
Running back room is not very good.
Guys.
So
what the fuck?
Okay,
guys,
so
guys, you guys don't get to play anymore. I'm gonna cancel you both.
Why?
You just say his quarterback room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jason, calm down a second. Not Adrian. Ash and I were actually talking about this earlier. And while quarterbacks are super insanely important in my leagues, having 2 top tier quarterbacks with not a lot of depth isn't going to win you enough games.
Here, listen to me. Yes, I'll let you finish.
The 16 team in our 16 team leagues, Ash and I both believe quarterbacks are more important in those leagues than they are in this league, than they are in our other Superflex league.
I don't care. I want to focus on Casey Jones Packers. Because
Yep.
if
Hurts and Mahomes instant start every week unless they're on bye, and which is week 10. They're both on bye week 10, so he's only going to start Daniel Jones that week. Not a big
there's
deal.
Daniel Jones.
Huh?
Guys, Daniel Jones is great.
No, I'm not talking down Daniel Jones.
I
What
know.
I'm saying is he's starting Mahomes and Hurts every week except when week 10 when they're both on bye. That week he's only starting Daniel Jones. That's great. He's perfect at quarterback. But his running backs. He only has 3 I guess
James Conner, Damian Harris, Rashad Penny, and then
that is a Wilson. Very, very meh.
And he's got Gainwell. Listen,
they're not going to get you a lot of points.
You got to be lacking somewhere, but honestly, I don't mind starting James Conner and Rashad Penny at all. And then his wide receivers are Pittman, Olave, Chris Godwin, Romeo Doubs, Zay Jones. It leaves a little to be desired. I agree. But you have to start 3, and the starting 3 of Pittman, Olave, and Godwin. I
have him finishing 3rd in this division.
You are very wrong. Guys, it's going to be there's quarterbacks are going to get 100 points.
Hold on a second, Jason. Take a step back a second. And remember my team last year. How I was leading the division with no quarterbacks. It eventually caught up to me. It did. You got to have a quarterback. But these other teams have more depth everywhere else. And that's where he's going to be hurting. You can have very strong wide receiver and running back and tight end sections and an average, a number 10 and number 15 quarterback and win a lot of games. Because the rest of your team is super deep. And that's why he is 3rd in this division.
Listen to Jason Kate. Listen to him.
Yep. Jason's agreeing with me. I have Detroit winning this division. I have
Jason
Minnesota
said
those
second. Quarterbacks can't make up for those RB wide receiver depth. And that's I'm very used to being wrong.
Just look. So that's okay. Take Detroit. T-Law and Dak. That is very solid at quarterback. He then has Breece Hall, Stevenson, and Walker. He has Ayuk, AJ Brown, Waddle, DJ Moore. That is just so much better than what Packers are putting out. Now take Minnesota, my second place team in that division. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. You love Kyler Murray.
I do. Oh no. Oh.
Then he has he is weaker at running back. That's where Minnesota's weaker, which is why he can't beat Detroit. But then he has Chase, Higgins, Lamb, and Mike Williams, and Hawkinson and Pitts. He's going to be number 2 in that division, and that's why the Packers are 3rd. They have the great quarterbacks, but they don't have the team to make up. Like, the quarterbacks are going to be great, but they're not going to score enough points to make up for what he's missing.
Right.
And that's why I have the Packers at 7, 3rd in that division.
And maybe I was just enamored with the quarterback room.
And I was too at first, but I had to really look at it.
It's easy to do, yeah.
He's not gonna win this division. I don't think he's gonna finish 2nd. There is a chance that he does end up 2nd in this division, but
he does have Dulcich and Goddard.
I'm not getting excited over those guys.
I mean, hold on.
Goddard is 147. That's an average quarterback or tight end.
It's not tight end premium, so.
Yeah, I mean, Dawson Knox put up 147. Jawan Johnson put up 148. Schultz put up 152. I mean, these aren't sexy numbers from tight ends. Hawkinson 227. That's a sexy number. And everyone.
I think we're right. Zach.
Yeah. And if Pitts does anything like anyone's expecting him to do, he's going to be up there around the top 5.
Did Jason say who his number 7 was?
His number 7 is Seattle.
Seattle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So who's your number 6?
My number 6 is Seattle.
Okay, mine's Minnesota. Where did you have Minnesota at?
I haven't said them yet.
Okay. So that was Jason that said Minnesota. So who's your 6, Jay?
Jason J. Will going for world's best dad day, world's best day this season. Maybe he meant dad.
Dad.
I would hope it's dad. Say it again.
Who's your 6?
My 6 is Rizzo with LA. You guys?
Mine's Minnesota.
And I'm Seattle.
You said yours were Minnesota was right around this area, right?
Mine was 8. Yours is who?
Seattle.
Seattle. Okay, we spoke on them. Yeah, Rizzo. I mean, you'd think that Rizzo is good at this by now, and maybe he is, but I did like Cousins and Justin Herbert. I mean, we talked about this, huh?
Yeah.
We did. What are you going to do? I have him ranked as 5, but it's an underwhelming 5. But I do like his quarterbacks. Herbert.
Yeah,
and
I like
Kirk
his
Cousins.
quarterbacks too, but again, this comes back to the whole composition of the team, and it's why I have him 3rd in the division, below Seattle.
Yeah, but I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, you got to put a little respect on Jahmyr Gibbs and Tank Bigsby and Cam Akers. Those 3 inserted with Alexander Madison, Antonio Gibson, Alvin Kamara, Jalen Warren.
I mean, we'll see.
I ranked his running back room as a 4.5 out of 5. I mean, I love it.
I have him at 5 also, but I didn't think his running backs were as great as you.
Wait, you guys both have. Wait, Jason? Who do you have at 5?
I have 4, 3, 2, 1. LA, Rizzo.
Who do you have at 6 then? Because you just said 6 was LA.
Arizona. My fault.
Okay.
Arizona.
So you have LA winning this division.
Yeah. Guys, that kind of running back depth, while he has Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, Deontay Johnson, Christian Watson, Jamison Williams, Marvin Mims, I'm not even counting as anything, but I like him. He's pretty freaking studly. Not studly, but he does some pretty acrobatic Odell's type weird stuff. But Amari, Mike Evans, Deontay, Christian Watson, guys. And then he's got Njoku. I don't love Njoku, but still a top 12 tight end. Yeah, no, I shouldn't even have said his name.
Burrow and Carr, I will basically say that's pretty even with Herbert and Cousins.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have Herbert Cousins.
I would too, but it's Burrow still. He makes up for what Carr lacks for a good portion of it. It's still behind them, yes. It's still a little bit behind, but he has CMC, McKinnon, Pollard.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take CNC and Pollard over any 2 of Rizzo's running backs.
You're right, and we're comparing him to who?
Arizona, who I have one in the division. Then we've got Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson. Now he is missing that. He is definitely missing a 3rd wide receiver. He needs to do something to get a 3rd wide receiver.
Yeah,
and you're right.
But Jefferson and Adams make up for a hell of a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be biased, but I'm not thrilled with Derek Carr on the Saints. I love Cousins. I think Cousins, I mean, he's a perennial top 12. He's perennial QB1, right? Carr is dying to get middle of the pack. So,
But
I
again,
and I
you
love
don't.
Herbert.
You don't. You're. I think you're putting too much on the quarterbacks. Like
I'm also saying the depth, and maybe yes, but the depth. I love. I mean, CMC Tony Pollard. That's sexy. I even like McKinnon and Deonta Foreman, but CMC and Pollard. There's no one behind him, guys. He's
Yeah, but
so
those are
heavy.
the
you don't need
starters.
anyone
You don't
behind
need-
him.
you don't
He's
need-
that's
except
just
for a bye week.
yeah.
In
But that's
theory-
big. You got McKinnon in on the bye week. That's plug and play.
And we're not projecting for injuries, but to be that thin, I don't know what I'd rather have, honestly. That
So you're going to be
depth
really
we just talked about.
surprised where I have Arizona, but we'll move on.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so you have LA at 5. Adrian, who do you have at
Yes.
5?
I have LA as well.
All right. I have Minnesota.
And we talked about Minnesota and how disappointing Cole is. Cole. I love Cole too. Okay. So number 4, Adrian, who you got at 4?
I have Carolina.
I also have Carolina.
Oh, might be surprised where I have Carolina, but I won't say anything. So
Just
you guys
wide
talk
receiver
about
room.
Carolina.
Yeah, wide receiver room is where I thought he was lacking.
Yes. I mean, I like Christian Kirk. I like Garrett Wilson. But can like Duvernay do anything this year? Mooney, who cares? Bourne, who cares?
He's got Zay Flowers.
Yes.
But I hear you. I see what you're saying.
I mean, I don't know why he's on the taxi right now.
He'll be pulling him up. Jim barely plays.
That's basically a instant. He's a week 1 starter on this team.
And we're talking about rank 4. I mean, that's not bad.
Yep. Kelsey, I mean,
It's not bad.
that just speaks for itself at tight end. And then Eckler and Chubb, instant. That's just plug and play
That's good,
every week except week 5.
Right.
I just noticed that he has no running backs week 5. So he'll have to figure that out.
That
in
is
the
weird,
first
huh?
few weeks.
Can you hear
and then
that dinging? Can
Lam-
anyone hear that dinging when
No.
it comes through?
No.
Okay, good.
Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, that's pretty solid at quarterback, but also no quarterbacks week 13. Now he definitely has some bye week troubles that he's going to have to figure out. But he does have time to figure out a couple of those.
He does. Okay, I'm going to let you guys. So, Adrian, anything else you want to say about Carolina while I get my charger?
Nope.
No. Okay. I have Tampa as my number 4. Did we talk about Tampa at all?
Nope, because
Yeah.
I'll be talking about them next.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have him in the same spot as Zach, it sounds like.
Number 3,
Okay,
Tampa
perfect.
Bay,
So-
and you have them at 4.
So perfect. I'll say why I have them at 4. And then you guys can just go into why you have them at 3, and then I'll piggyback off that. So Josh Allen, Geno Smith, that's outstanding. I like Geno, but he also has Ritter. So he's got that third. So I like that. That's fine. Derrick Henry, Mixon, that's fine. I gave him a 3.5 out of 5. I gave him a 4 out of 5 in quarterback. Then he's got Judy, Lockett, Amon-Ra. It's fine. It's great. I mean, I like it a lot. But Nico Collins, I like it. When do you start him over Isaiah Hodgins? I don't know.
Well, you don't start either of them except for on the bye week.
Right.
Well, I mean, but at some point you're going to be having to choose between these guys as your wide receiver 3, right? Also, he doesn't have – who else is he going to start? CEH? Who are you going to start, CEH or Nico Collins? I mean, I'm probably going to start Nico Collins over CEH. He's got to have a flex. So you're going to have CEH or Nico Collins or Isaiah Hodgins. Right, so that's why I have him at 4. We're probably all saying the same thing. We got him at 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't won the division, so that's why I have them at 3.
Okay, you have him winning the division.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't. So 3 and 4, we can probably just. I mean, do you guys have anything to say about him? It's
Wait,
a pretty
who do you have
vanilla.
winning the division? Oh, you have Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
I
got
do.
you.
I do. Yeah. I mean, he's got Andrews. It's a pretty good team. I have him ranked 4th. I mean, but it leaves a little to be desired as
That's
far
why
as
he's
depth.
that's why he's third out of all the division winners.
You're right.
I have the other 2 higher than him.
Okay. So that's 3 and 4. That's who you have as 3. That's who I had as 4. I have Packers and Casey at 3. Did we talk about him?
Yeah, we both had him at 7.
Oh yeah, you have him at 7. So I'm very willing to be wrong. It's just I know that the case is he's getting 100 points fairly easy every week just from his 1 and 2 QB. I like his team fine enough, but
I can
I'm
see that
liking it
argument.
less.
Yeah.
I'm liking it less after you guys talk down his
So
running back
for
room.
him to jump up the list to get to where you have him, he's got to deal Daniel Jones and get a running back and something else to just add more depth.
For me, having Daniel Jones as your QB3, damn, that's so hot when you're.
But you just need him
but
for
he's gonna play one game
like 2
for them.
weeks. Yeah.
Barring injury, he's gonna play one game on this team.
You're right. You're
So
right.
you
but I mean,
go find somebody else that isn't sexy, but is a starting quarterback. You know it's gonna be a starting quarterback that isn't gonna lose their job like a Zach Wilson or something like that.
Right.
And trade Daniel Jones, get that quarterback, and get yourself a running back, and maybe 2 running backs or something.
I can see it.
He could easily win this division.
So I get it. He can trade. Tim Matthew Stafford in a running back.
Dude, Tim drives me. This team of Tims. But yes, I agree. I'm willing to be wrong on him. You guys have shown me that,
especially if he gets
the
Swift.
team is a little.
You can get Swift and Stafford for Daniel.
I'm not
Jones.
high on Swift, but I've never been high on Swift.
He's got Penny, so at least he'll have.
Yeah, he'll have both.
Yeah.
All right, who do you guys have next? And so that's who I have at 3, Casey. 3rd overall. You guys have.
We did our 3, so we're at 2.
Okay.
Who you got for 2, Jason?
2, I have Mache and the Lions.
Me too.
You both have Detroit. I have Arizona.
You have Arizona at 2, huh?
At 2, because they won their division.
Okay, I could see it. I mean, Trevor Lawrence and Dak, outstanding. Then we have Brees and Ramondre and Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
Sweet Jesus. He's got Zach Charbonnet on Taxi. He also has Sam Howell on Taxi. Then his wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk, Keenan Allen, A.J. Brown,
Jalen Waddle,
George Pickens. I would do something at tight end, but then he's got Laporta on Taxi.
And you just pointed out why I have him number 1.
Yeah, and I got Arizona number 1, so we're kind of swapped.
So you have Arizona 1, okay, yeah. And I have Carolina at 1. I can't get over. I can't get over the quarterback room. I mean, in general, I can't get over a solid quarterback room, right? Fields and Lamar. Those are 2 first-round picks. Then Chubb and Austin Eckler. I mean, we already went over this. He's got issues, but then he finishes off with Kelsey. So if his team stays healthy, I don't know. That it's going to be tough. But the more I talk about Mache, his team, I really like that one as well. Anything else you guys want to say about NFC?
Nope.
I think we're pretty good. I mean, pretty close on a lot of them.
So I mean, if I were to, so I got Detroit, Arizona, Tampa Bay winning, and then just based on my rankings, I would have Carolina and Minnesota as the wild card play-in. Looks like Adrian would have Arizona, Detroit, and Tampa Bay, with Carolina and LA as the play-in.
Yep.
And Jason would have Carolina, Detroit, Green Bay. Nope, Green Bay would be so Carolina, Detroit, and LA as the division winners. Green Bay and Tampa Bay, the 3 and 4th ranked team, as the wild card play-in. So that's kind of how, just based on rankings, how that plays out. And
I think you're talking, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, you're muted. I'm putting this all in a spreadsheet so we can keep record of it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I was saying thanks for that breakdown. That was a fun little spin and angle that I would not have thought of. So thank you for doing that. AFC, Adrian, who do you have ranked receiving the 101 next year?
Joe.
Now,
Doesn't that feel so?
Not saying the 101, but just they ranked 12. Joe.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be the 101, but
he won't have his pick, right?
Well, but even if he had his pick, just because you're the 12th doesn't mean you're the 101.
Right.
True. We didn't have to get that literal, dick.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right.
That's you have Tennessee. You both have Tennessee.
It just feels so good to see his team so bad.
I have Cleveland.
You have Cleveland. I have Cleveland as well. Van. Sweet Jesus, Van.
So you have Cleveland at 12?
Yeah, tell me, who do you have at 11, Adrian?
Me.
Cleveland?
No,
I have Tennessee at 11.
And you have who at 11, Adrian?
Me. The Texans.
Oh, you have the Texans. Fucking me. I didn't. Sweet God. Okay, so then I'll let you just say why you think the Titans, Joe's team, is last in your opinion.
Let's see, tight end and wide receiver room is what I wrote down.
I love that he's going into the season with Cade Otton and Taysom Hill.
He loves Taysom Hill.
He does, dude. I love him in best ball. Get him out of my life and managed. But yeah, I have a pretty firm Browns with minivan. Minivan, you don't get super van for this team, brother. It's pretty rough. Now his quarterbacks aren't going to be his demise, but it's pretty bad when you have. I like Jared Goff. Who doesn't, right? We all like him.
Oh, we're talking about Cleveland.
Yeah, our ranked number 12.
Our number 12.
Yeah, Jared Goff, Tannehill, Bryce Young. I like Bryce Young quite a bit, fair amount. He's he's a mid-second round super flex pick, but I'm not expecting much out of him this year. What are you seeing, Zach?
Well, so again, I have him finishing 4th in the division, but I have Joe's team edging his team out. So that's why I have him in 12th. I'm not great, big on his running back room. And then terrible tight ends. The bright side, DK Metcalf, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans. But I'm hesitant to want Tampa Bay wide receivers because of my wonderful quarterback and Baker Mayfield that's on my team. And we don't know what Trask is. Maybe Trask does something. Probably not.
He
won't.
But
I mean, I rostered him in NDL 32. Just you gotta throw darts at these quarterbacks. And when you have to force your hand and you have to move one and drop one, whatever, well, there you go. But at least you had them in case.
Right.
I was actually wrong. I do have the Browns at 11 and me at 10. Sorry.
Okay. That makes more sense that you thought your team was worse. I have you a couple spots ahead of.
So
I got
you
at
said you
9.
have Tennessee at 11, Jason?
I do.
Okay.
Browns, Tennessee.
Let's move on to 10.
Van's team is so much worse than even what we're going to say, because of the lack of. I mean, we got
I can see
Stetson
that.
Bennett,
Yeah,
Matt Corral, Luke Shoemaker. Some guy. He's got some guy named Dante Yavayan Wicks on taxi. Israel Abacanaconda.
I mean, that was a very late, 2 very late third round picks.
Oh, it was, but I mean, right.
Maybe fourth.
No, fourth is $2 and $1.
Used to pass. So I think it's pretty easy to see that he's not going to do quite well this year. And I am guessing that he has 0 picks, which this is just, I mean, being married to Lisa and him are like 1A, 1B, and seeing how bad this team is and how much joy it brings me. But I have number 10. Who do you have, Zach?
LA. Because I have them.
Wow.
Yeah, I have them finishing last in the division.
Okay. Don't speak on that quite yet. Adrian, who do you have at 10?
I have me at 10.
You have you at 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I would like to see why you have Roy's team worse than the rebuild team in Adrian's 10, and my 10 is Indy with John's team.
Oh,
I do, and I'll go into why. But we all have someone different. Just
wow.
take like 2 minutes. Is it that much of a reach? Where do you? Don't tell me where you have them, but is it?
We are way far apart. I'll just leave it at that. Yes.
Okay. Well, now I'm nervous.
Okay, so I have Roy finishing the division last.
13. You have Roy finishing the division last. Okay, that doesn't matter too much to me, though. Tell me why that matters.
Okay, the way I do it is I take all the 4th place teams and I compare them. He's the best 4th place team of the 3. That is why he's in 10.
Okay. So that's why. So you have. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you. So you agree with me?
Yeah, because I have him.
Okay.
Ranked. Yeah.
I have him decently higher.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so that's how you got to that. I'll say, who do you have, Adrian, at 10?
Me.
Texans. You have you. And speak on it why, right? I have you at 9, so we can kind of combo pack that one.
My wide receiver room is not real good. I mean, we don't know what the rookies are going to be really. So
that's because you gave them all away.
Yeah. And I guess the running back room is not the prettiest right now. So
you're going to have to work harder to make it not prettier because you're going to win some contests.
I will.
You don't punt.
I don't.
So I'm having a hard time like figuring out why you would trade JJ and Ayuk.
One, Ayuk, you can't really put JJ and Ayuk in the same sentence because I don't really.
You can because JJ is like he's the best. He's the Mahomes of the wide receivers. I get that. You don't trade the Mahomes of the wide receivers. Ayuk is not on that level. Ayuk is the Tua's.
I'll tell you why. Because the playoffs last year really screwed my team big time because of injuries, because of Cooper Kupp's injuries, and I was scrounging to try to get players to stay where I was at. So I sold off players to get some players that were actually playing and not hurt. So I didn't have depth at all coming into this season.
You got to keep JJ.
No, I don't. And you'll see. I mean, I think it was the right time to sell him because now I have depth. And if the guys that I drafted turn out to be good, then hey,
If
Yeah, if you're right, if
you had a sure thing in JJ, I get.
I
I
didn't have
won't
much
like.
else.
Had you not traded JJ, I wouldn't have faulted you for also trading Ayuk to get more of that depth. But I guess
Yeah, but he's just getting Flowers and his second, which who are we going to want next year? No one's going to be surprised if we want Flowers over Ayuk, and we like Ayuk.
no, the Ayuk.
I think Flowers and Ayuk
If the
could be
JJ trade hadn't happened,
even.
Ayuk trade's perfectly fine. I get it. I wouldn't be even bringing Ayuk up. But trading JJ and you're still trying to compete and win.
I'm not going to win this year. I know I'm not.
So are you punting? Because you say
No.
you don't punt, you always try to win.
Well,
So you're
I play this
contradicting your hard stance of never punting.
Well, never rebuilding. Punt, yes. Okay, I'm punting for this year. But I'm not going to sell my whole team and start over.
Well, no, you don't have to sell your whole team to punt. But
it's semantics. Semantics. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a difference between, I guess, punt and rebuild. So yes, I'm punting this year.
But okay,
I don't
so
mind getting three
you're
solid,
gonna keep Zay
solid
Flowers
pieces.
on the taxi. You're gonna keep Addison on the taxi. You're gonna
Okay.
keep
Listen,
Stroud on the taxi.
You're remiss,
I don't have room.
Zach, if you're not taking into consideration in that trade what he's probably going to get with Joe's first round pick next year. That right there is worth JJ probably. If he gets Caleb Williams or
I had
Marvin
no picks
Harrison
either.
Jr.
Yeah, I had
or
no
what's
picks
his
this
name?
year.
I'd rather have Caleb Williams. So
I didn't have any picks this year, or really
so
any picks
if I got
last year.
Caleb, if I got
That's
Caleb
second.
Williams plus for JJ, done. I don't care. I'll take Caleb Williams. So you have to factor that in the same breath while telling him anything about that trade. Basically everything he got in this draft is icing.
How can you not trade JJ for that?
If he gets a top 2 pick, which sweet Jesus, the Titans are bad. And the Titans not only are bad, they have no assets to buy anything else. He has no choice but to be really bad this year. Top 5 at worst is that first round pick. That first round pick is going to be money and probably worth JJ alone.
And this right that the Titans right here, Joe's never having picks is why I'm always hesitant to trade my picks unless I'm near the end of the season and I'm trying to make that push. Because and I don't trade 2 years out typically either, like Joe does. Like he can't tank, like legally tank if he wanted to, because he is not going to do him any good.
Right. Adrian.
So if I had Jefferson, would you have me winning the division?
No.
Then why?
I would have you second in the division. I'd have you.
Me too.
Why keep him in, right?
Me too. Listen, in order to retool and really build some depth, these are the decisions you got to make, and you've got the balls to do it. I'm pumped with that trade. I'm pumped next year. Right now, it is very, very incomplete. And this team that you have right now is going to look different from the team you're going to have even in a month, or
because he trades so much.
Exactly.
And that's the fun part. I mean, I have more fun trading than winning sometimes.
Bro, if you have an opportunity to get Caleb Williams, now if it's Marvin Harrison Jr., it might be 6 and 1/2 dozen in the other, right? Marvin Harrison Jr., JJ. I don't know. Probably JJ. I don't know. But he's an elite talent. But if you're going to get, I'm blanking on the second quarterback. It's Caleb Williams and someone else. Someone's screaming that. One of our million viewers are screaming that right now. But if you have a chance at one of those quarterbacks, to me, it's nearly icing everything else you got besides one of those quarterbacks next year. But it's a very delayed gratification type move. So we're moving on. I'm going to tell you why I have the Colts, which after your response, this better be good because
I have a feeling we're not close on AFC at all compared to how close we were in NFC.
Yeah, we're quite passionate about JB in general, but I have him ranked 10th. I have him ranked 10th, and this is why. I gave him a 3 out of 5 for quarterback because he's got Trevor Lawrence. Guys, he's got Trevor Lawrence. He's got Jimmy Garoppolo. Could he be good? Probably not. He's got Mike White, Davis Mills, Kyle Allen. Well,
He has Ritter on his
congratulations.
taxi.
Okay, Ritter, yeah.
And I was going to get there, but if anyone saw Ritter at all this offseason, you're leaving Ritter on taxi and just praying for something developmentally to happen. It's been really bad. Maybe that's just the jitters. I don't know, but God in heaven. So right there, that's a big, very big problem for me when his QB2 is Jimmy G. So I gave him a 2.5 out of 5.
He just needs Jimmy G to be average. Just needs Jimmy G to be average.
I actually gave him a 3. He just needs him to be average. Yes. Now he does have a really great running back room. I like it, and he's got decent wide receivers, right? But Saquon Barkley, love it. Aaron Jones, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall. I gave him a 4.5 out of 5, and that could have been a 5, except for Breece Hall's ACL. He looks fine. Kenneth Walker's currently hurt. He could be fine. Aaron Jones, Saquon, that's a great 4.5 out of 5 running back room. But then he's got D-Hop and Amon-Ra. Now he's got JSN. He's got no one else behind him. I don't have much faith in Hopkins, personally. So Amon-Ra, I love. He's currently hurt, though. His injury is a lingering type of injury. That's concerning to me, and it really bums me out because I love Amon-Ra. But he's got 3 wide receivers. He's got 2 that I like out of all of them, and JSN is one of them. Okay, D-Hop should be fine. I'm sure he's fine. But Dalton Schultz and Jelani Woods, I gave him a 2.5 out of 5, and I thought that was gracious. As
Schultz
much as Adrian.
Schultz
like
is your average or your average tight end. A lot of these tight ends we were talking about earlier, 150 some points. That's not sexy. That's average.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I don't even have him ranked as a top 10, top 12, maybe. I don't know. I have to look. But not anything that I'm interested in is his tight end room. You have a bad tight end room, that you're going to be hurting when you're talking about some of these top tier teams because they have the top 6 tight ends that are going to outproduce your tight end room. No depth behind his wide receivers. I'm very concerned about that. JSN, stud. Lockett and DK are very, very good. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to really get meaningful targets, 8, 9 targets a game. That's what he's going to need. He's going to command it. How much are they going to give it to him? I don't know. Is he going to come on later in the season? That's what we're all thinking. Okay, he's going to need to start winning some games pretty quick. He's got Kyle in his division, so I'm concerned. But maybe it's just because I like a lot of the other teams much better. It might not be an indictment on John's team. It's maybe just praising the teams ahead of him. Although I have Adrian at 9 over John. That's stupid, but I do.
I also have Adrian at 9.
Right, but you don't have John. So who did you have at 10, Zach?
LA.
Okay, you have LA. Adrian, you have
himself again.
Himself.
We've already talked about this. Let's move on to 9.
9, Adrian, you have Baltimore. Okay. I surprisingly have Baltimore ranked pretty decently. Why do you have them all down at 9?
QB. I put QB.
Herbert and Stafford?
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
I like it.
He also has Sam Howell on taxi.
I like Sam Howell.
I put running back, QB and running back.
Bijan,
Javonte, Jalen Warren, Antonio Gibson, Kendra Miller. It's not bad. Javonte, hey guys, Javonte doesn't look good. He looks really good. I don't know if you guys saw him breaking tackles. Yes, it was preseason. Yes, it doesn't matter that much, but he looked good. So you have Baltimore at 9. Okay,
we both have Houston.
Zach.
You and I both have
We
Houston.
both have Houston. Okay, so we talked about Adrian. I like your team. I like it. It's got good bones. You have Josh Allen, right? You got Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You got 3 starting quarterbacks. Carr's not going anywhere. He's gonna be a fine quarterback for the next probably 5 years. He's got Jesus. I mean, come on. So number 8, Zach, who do you have for 8?
Denver.
Boy, we're all over the place. Adrian, you have?
I have Indy.
Indy. Okay, we spoke about Indy.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about Indy, Adrian?
No, pretty much what you
I
said.
have the Steelers. Tell me why you have Broncos.
So I have them 3rd in the division, and I have them beating Houston, but not beating Cincy, who is my next highest pick. So I mean that's
okay.
I mean our division. I feel like our division is going to be very tight, and you know why she may finish 3rd, she might only be a game back from 2nd. You know, she might be tied but loses the tiebreaker, so to you know. I think our records are going to be in our division are going to be fairly close. So I have her better than Houston, but not better than Jason's Cincinnati team.
Okay. I have the Steelers with Todd. Todd's Steelers concern me a bit, but obviously
what he's got Mahomes and you're Mahomes and Daniel Jones, and you were just talking about having Mahomes and Daniel Jones in the same.
Yours is a third.
Hey, do you want me to correct you, or do you want to go ahead and retract what you're saying, Zach? Your choice. Because my scenario was dude's team that had Hurts and Mahomes with DJ as his QB3.
But
so that's a big difference. So I'm nervous that he doesn't have a QB3. Not that nervous, right?
I still gave him a QB3.
I gave him a 4 out of 5. And I do halves, so not a 4.5, but I gave him a 4 out of 5. I love it. He's got different bye weeks. That's great. He doesn't need a 3rd one. I agree. But for me, it's only a 4.5, 4 points out of 5 points. I love Patrick Mahomes. I like Daniel Jones. I like Hurts and Patrick Mahomes a lot better with Daniel Jones as my QB3. But I gave him a 2.5 in the tight end room with Zach Ertz and Chig. I expect nothing out of them. Chig will surprise some weeks. Lots of weeks it's going to be a blank, a 4.6 points from the tight end room. So, but then he's got a 3.5 in the running back, James Conner. Okay. Alvin Kamara. All right. Not much behind him, but role players, Elijah Mitchell, Mostert, Brian Robinson, Deuce Vaughn, Jeffrey Wilson. So that's a pretty poor running back room, but he does have Charbonnet on taxi. So I gave him a 3.5. Jamar Chase, Brandon Cooks, Tyreek Hill, Deontay Johnson, not bad. I think what it comes down to is I just like the teams above him more. Not an indictment on the team, just I don't want to go in with just Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and Deontay Johnson. I missed Deontay Johnson and Brandon Cooks. That's fine. I gave his wide receivers a 3.5. Like I said, I want a little better wide receiver room. Yes, he has 2 first-round picks in Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill. Deontay Johnson super crowded. I do like him a lot. Brandon Cooks, I don't value too much Brandon Cooks. That said, he'll probably get 1,000 yards. So not an indictment on his team. I just think I like the other teams better above him. You guys have who at 8? We just said Broncos and who?
Indy.
And Indy. Okay, at 7.
Cincinnati.
I have Denver.
Cincinnati. Okay. You spoke about the Broncos. I don't have much to say about Broncos. Do you, Adrian?
No.
Okay. I'm pretty nervous about her team. Waddle, Lockett.
I think the receiver room, I think, is where I saw was not
Right.
as great. You know,
Austin
And then-
Eckler and Derrick Henry, solid, but thin, right?
Yeah.
I gave myself I lowered my ranking at the running back room. I have CMC and Gibbs, but that's it, right? I gave myself a 3.5. I gave her probably the same, 3.5. Her wide receiver room, I gave it a 3. I'm pretty nervous about not having 3 solid wide receivers. Paris Campbell, Matt Collins, Kadarius Toney, MVS. She does have Jalen Hyatt, John Mechie, Marvin Mims. Those can be something, probably not much. Wando Robinson, but she does have Dulcich and Waller. So
I hate her tight end room.
her.
I hate her
have
tight
her
end
ranked
room.
as 6. Do you?
Waller's going to get some receptions
If he could stay healthy.
if he can stay healthy. Right.
He has not been proven to be able to stay healthy.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, he's cute. He's tight end 3. I'd say pretty darn easy.
I could see it. I don't think it's gonna happen. Not even close.
I think it's like pretty damn easy. Kelsey, Andrews, and then him. The target share, he should get just peppered. So many targets. I like Daniel Jones. So I have her at 6. Remind me who you have, Adrian.
At 6, I have
Who do you have at 7, Jason?
7.
I have Roy. Roy
All
at
right.
7. So we're kind of their simpatico in our division, Zach. So I have Broncos at 6 for those reasons. Who said they have Cincinnati, Zach?
Yeah, I have Cincinnati.
Okay, speak on it.
I just have him finishing 3rd in the division, and I have him as the best 3rd place team of the 3rd place teams.
Okay. I have him ranked higher. Adrian?
At 6, I have right Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Okay. Anything else you want to? Oh, Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Who do you have at 6, Jason?
I have the Broncos.
And
Tell me
I
why you have the Jags so low.
Just running back room, I think he's got Nick Chubb, yes. J.K. Dobbins, we don't know yet. I mean, that's kind of how I was looking at it. Cam Akers, we don't know who that is really. I mean, is he mediocre or what? So
Sure.
I think that's his weakest area. And then his receivers are kind of, I mean,
They
not
can be great,
yeah, but they're kind of just.
but they're one of those like, are they going to break out? Are they going to
Right.
stay healthy? I like the names,
Right.
but I don't know if they're going to be enough to win the division.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you have who, Zach?
I have myself, Kansas City at 6.
Hmm.
So I have myself as 2nd in the division, but the worst of the 2nd place teams, solely because of my quarterbacks.
I'll talk about you in a minute. But
Same.
me? Oh, you're going to talk about him in a minute?
Yeah, right.
Okay. At 5, I have Baltimore. I don't know what to think about Baltimore, but
I also have
rounded
Baltimore
out.
at 5.
Do you? Okay. Adrian,
I have Zach at 5.
Zach at 5. Okay. Yeah, Baltimore, Herbert, Stafford, Sam Howell, solid. Antonio Gibson, Bijan. I like Jalen Warren. I like Javonte Williams. I also like Kendra Miller.
Yeah, but you're not going to start Jalen Warren.
You're not going to start Jalen Warren, but you don't need to. Bijan and Javonte. But you're not going to start Gibson, but I like him too. You're not going to start, Warren, Gibson, or Kendra Miller, but you kind of could, probably. But Kendra Miller's down the stretch or maybe right up front. But looks like Jamal Williams might be leading the backfield in the beginning. But then we have Godwin, JJ, QJ, and Mingo. So I don't love it, but I like it a lot. I like Sean Tucker, Justin Ross. No one really else on Taxi, but Dalton Kincaid and Kyle Pitts.
I think that's going to be
sexy.
pretty solid tight end. I'm not going to say superstar tight end, but solid.
I think so too. So I have him at 5. You guys have KC at 5.
No, I have Baltimore at 5 as well.
Oh, okay.
I have them second in this division.
Okay. So then at 4 you had yourself?
Nope, I have myself at 6.
Yourself at 6. Oh, okay. Wow. You hate you. At 4, I have myself. I have myself at 4. I'm not super in love with my running back room and quarterback. I like my quarterbacks. I'm nervous about having 2. So I have Hurts and Dak. I gave myself a 4. Nothing more. I have Christian McCaffrey and I have Gibbs. That's it, guys.
That's
not
all
excited.
you need. That's all you need.
That's all you need until you need more. So I ended up bumping myself down from higher. I'll just leave it at that because I knocked myself down because of my running backs. But my wide receivers: Ayuk, Higgins, Christian Watson, Garrett Wilson, and I have Bateman, who I like very much, and I have Elijah Moore, who I like even more. So I love my wide receivers, and then I have Hawkinson, but I don't have anyone behind him.
Right? You don't need anyone behind him.
I understand, but that's how I'm ranking though. I'm not ranking just a starting roster. If I have a great starting 9, but like not much behind him, I'm not ranking that team very highly. That's just not my process.
You're going to win the division with this team.
Phew, I have you above me at 3. Your wide receivers, your running backs, and your tight end are better than mine.
But yes, that is true. But I am way behind in the quarterback area. And all you need is your quarterbacks to do just enough more than my depth, and you're solid.
And we'll see. I think I gave your team a higher score. I had it different until I wasn't happy. After the full process, I did the NFC last. Gibbs is still a rookie, right? He's ranked very highly. We expect a lot out of him. He is 5'9" at 199. So this is a little dude. He should catch a bunch of balls. But we've seen young hopefuls not do so well. So I knocked me down from 4 to 3.5, and that kicked me from 2 to 4. And I'm gonna take it. That's how I would rank anyone else. So I have me at 4. Who you guys got at 4?
I have you at 4 as well.
You have me at 4. Okay. And you have Jacksonville. Okay.
The best of the second place teams.
I think we spoke on those.
Yep.
I have Kansas City at 3. I love your team, Zach. I love Anthony Richardson. I like Anthony Richardson as a better Cam Newton. That's just and Cam Newton God dang it, he was fun to watch, man.
For what, 4 or
Such a
5
freak.
years? Like he was.
Yeah. Bro,
Yep.
if we get 4 years out of Anthony Richardson, this is gonna be so much fun, guys. He's gonna be going at goal line. He's gonna be running in. He's gonna be catching passes, guys. You have to understand. He's gonna do all of it. He's gonna be the quarterback, but he's gonna rush and he's gonna pass. They're not always gonna be pretty, but neither was Cam Newton. And mother F was he putting up points for us. So again, you can have Anthony Richardson and Mac Jones, and I'm just fine because then you have ETN and JT. JT's got to get his shit together, but you also have Pacheco that can fill in. That's going to be good enough. Okay, you have CEH, gross. You have Hubbard, gross. You have Devin Singletary, gross. But they can fill in probably one of those for you. So little to be desired if Jonathan Taylor doesn't come back. But if you're starting Jonathan Taylor and ETN and you got some role players with Pacheco back there filling in, that's great because then you have Dotson, Judy, Lamb, Olave. That's really great.
Yeah,
Tyler Boyd, Gallup, that's Jacoby Myers. Like all of them are pretty good. And Olave, Lamb, Judy, Dotson are players we really, really want. And then you have Kelsey and Freiermuth. I don't like it. I love it. So I have you at 3.
The good thing
You
is
got
he
Adrian?
can't start them all.
That's
Right,
the
yeah,
unfortunate part.
At 3,
Yeah.
I have LA Soul Rebels. So Royce.
Okay. LA Soul Rebels. Yeah.
I like this
Anything
team
else you want to say
better than
about LA?
y'all's.
I know, I did too.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, I mean, he's a good quarterback. Watson, yeah, even though I don't like him,
I like
I'm
it.
still going to give him credit. Tony Pollard, and I think James Cook is going to be okay this year. I think if anything, I think his running back room was maybe the weakest, but I mean, his starting receivers, AJ Brown, Cooper, DJ Moore, and then Mark Andrews is a kicker for tight end. I think Mark Andrews is going to have a good year this year, a great year this year.
And with how much Diggs is talking up Gabe Davis, and Diggs is a prima donna. You know, he's not just throwing around compliments for no reason. That's just not teammate love. If Gabe Davis was truly not performing very well last year because of his injury, that could be scary.
Yeah, and I think
that could be a
Swift
great
is probably a good flex.
Yeah, and Tank Bigsby on. I don't know if you guys saw him run, but if you guys haven't seen him run through defenders, that's a big man. That's a big dude. He's 6 foot 213. That is just small enough to be quick and just big enough to ruin some linebackers' days. Mm-hmm. So I like his team. I just have him a little bit lower. I have him at 7.
I tried to get AJ Brown from him today.
How'd that go?
It didn't.
Well, you just wanted to give up Jacoby Myers in a second, probably.
No, I was offering him Judy.
2 seconds.
Just Judy?
Judy in a second was my initial offer.
Yeah.
So, so Zach, son of a bitch, that's a really, really bad offer.
I just a feeler.
No, you don't need it. You don't need a feeler.
The thing is to get trades done.
Fantasy football players.
Do you want the guy or not? If you want the guy, make him a good offer that he says, okay, I'll take it.
Judy and a first isn't enough. And that's what it needed to be because your first, unfortunately for all of us, is going to be late. And I don't like saying that you have a good team. I liked it a lot better.
I have not picked below, I think, 4 since this league became.
I know. And we're happy about that. Okay. But you still ruin our day with some wins. Hey, I haven't won. I got to the title game. Didn't go very well. Or was that GA? No, I think I did. Oh, JB, I think was the first.
No. Yeah. First year you.
I think I lost. I know I made it to the title game in GA and lost. I felt like I got decently far the first year.
No, you won. You lost to Casey.
On the AFC.
First one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I couldn't remember if it was you or I knew you and Renee were in the AFC title game. I couldn't remember who won.
I think it was a slim margin too. All right. So are we caught up on 3? Did everyone tell their third?
Mine was
Yes.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Okay. Anything else you want to say about it?
I just, I have them winning the division, but I have them as the third team, best division winner.
Okay. He's got a good team. There are many good teams. The Titans and the Browns are just so very bad. Number 2,
Jason, you have our division ranked 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 7th. That is a stinking tough division.
Yeah. Yeah. 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 7th. You're right. Oh, you're taking notes. Look at you.
Told you, I'm keeping it all down.
Thank you.
We're gonna come back to this and eat.
Appreciate it. Oh, good. Okay, good. I have JK at 2. I do it. I do. I'm not even gonna apologize about it. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna keep it quick. I'm gonna keep it tight. Where is he? Cincinnati. And his trade ended up really helping him. So he's got Geno, he's got Aaron Rodgers, he's got Pickett. That wasn't the strength of it, obviously. Cincinnati. What did I give him? I gave him Bengals 3.5 only out of 5. But he's just so consistent. His wide receivers, I gave him a 5 out of 5. But his running back, Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders. That's great. You don't need much else. Taxi, does he have anyone? No. Don't care. How about his wide receivers? We got Diggs, we got London, we got Ridley, we got Devonta Smith, we got Mike Williams. Guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wide receivers. And then he's got Robert Woods that actually could put up a nice 800-yard season. And no one's going to really be too surprised as their wide receiver 1. That right there, I gave him a 5 in the wide receiver room. And then he's got Dallas Goedert.
So,
I thought that was
sorry.
Go for it.
I like everything you're saying about his team. The only reason why I had him lower is I love his wide receivers, but I think Pittsburgh and Baltimore I have first and second in division quarterbacks, and I like his Pittsburgh doesn't have the depth, but I love who he has for his starting, and I think he can win. This is another one where they were close, and by how I did the rankings, if I have you finish in 3rd, it's going to push you down that list. But this is another division where I think it's close between those 3 teams, and I could see him winning the division over Pittsburgh, and that would obviously would have put him in the top 3 for me. But I have picked Pittsburgh to win this division, so he's got a very solid team, and he could have easily been top 3 for me.
His team got quite a bit better after getting Jacobs and Mike Williams for, was it Cam Akers and Keenan Allen? Something like that. That was a stud move. Jay pounced on it too. Just like you guys pounced in GA and I couldn't get there. I was working and to trade in GA and take advantage of Mache's coming out party. But holy crap, Braxton paid for him. But yeah, I like Jay's team. It's solid. But I hear what you're saying, Zach. I think I'm not giving enough credit to Todd's Steelers for whatever reason.
Adrian, who do you have it to?
I have Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I have Indy. This is
where.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have Indy winning the division.
Wow.
I love Trevor Lawrence. That's all he needs at quarterback. Jimmy G. He could be the second guy. He doesn't have to start.
But
2
this
quarterbacks
is
though.
So this is a quarterback's going to score more points than any other.
Typically,
position.
yes.
Right.
And Jimmy G should. But then he's got Barkley, Walker, Hall, Hopkins, Amon St. Brown. Like I have him winning the division, and I have him the
You have
second
him
best
beating the
division winner.
Jags.
That's why
Yeah.
he's 2 for me. I think his team is just better all way better depth than the other
Not a
teams in
wide
the division.
receiver. His
Yeah,
wide
his
receiver.
wide receiver.
I'm not thrilled. Amon Ra, JSN, and Nuke.
And tight end.
It could be
Yeah.
fine, but his tight ends are trash.
But look,
His tight
okay,
ends scoring no points.
but the only tight end in this division is Kittle. The rest of the teams are trash at tight end.
I hear you, and
So
that's a very good way to look at it. I respect it. I'm just saying, in general, we do have those. We do play the NFC as well for our double headers. I mean, we still have to perform outside of our division.
correct, but I'm just picking him to win the division.
I hear you.
Yeah, and that's a good way to.
It is,
Accurate.
and that's why it's nice to have you on. Adrian, I think alike a lot of times, and you think you're very much a gamer, and you're always thinking a little bit different as far as strategy. I do have Jags. I have Kyle at 1.
And it looks like the guy I have is probably logged off for the night, so he's not going to hear this. But I got Cincy.
Yeah,
And I have the Raiders at number 1.
wow, that's surprising.
I have you winning the division, and of my top 3 teams, I think your team's the best overall, well-rounded.
Yeah, I actually had you number 2, but then I dropped you down because of the running back room a little bit. To 4.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think your team's solid.
Yeah, I had 5 of us at ranked 15.5, and it was very different configuration. But as soon as I took a half point off from my running back room, I went all the way down past KC.
I mean, you're still 4. I mean, that's not
So I
bad.
guess
I mean,
4 of them. 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Gibbs will be top 15?
No.
Yeah, I do. I think Gibbs quite easily could catch 60 balls and get 150 yards rushing. Right? The ballers were just talking. This is when I start tuning into the ballers. And they're talking about, I'm gonna mess this up, but they're talking about how the pass catching backs, their catches are worth like 2.5 rush yards. Some shit. Like, I just messed it up bad. But it's these pass catching backs, all they have to get really is about 150 rushes. And they're counting him as like 75 receptions, not targets. So if he could do that, I mean, we're looking at pretty quite easily top 6 or so or better, right? So I don't think we have him ranked that way, and we're not counting on that. But let's say 150 rushes, guys, that's not a lot, right? And he doesn't even have to be their grinder, but 150 rushes, I mean, you get a lot of replacement backs getting 150 rushes.
I don't think he's going to get the receptions that you're thinking of. I mean, he's going to get some receptions, but I don't think he's going to. They got too much talent, I think, at the receiver and tight end that they're not going to just dump it off to the running back.
Their tight end's a rookie. Their receivers are who, brother? Amon Ra and
Gibbs is a rookie too.
Yes,
is good.
Gibbs is a rookie, but this is when the rookie
But they got Montgomery.
backs shine.
They got
the
Montgomery
rookie running
there.
backs. And
Montgomery's going to be the short yard
Montgomery.
dude.
Yeah,
He'll be the short
I
yard
like
dude.
him a lot. But let's say he gets, I don't know.
So
six
the
targets.
The same argument could have been said about Alvin Kamara. They had Ingram in front of him. They had Michael
games.
Thomas in his heyday, and then they had do they still have Colston then? Like, they had good wide receivers, and they had a very good running back in front of him. in his rookie season, he came out and he was a freaking stud. He's part of why I won a title.
Gibbs has what Kamara offers, except size.
Hey, Renee's on.
What?
Renee's on. Let's see that.
Renee's on? Oh, cute. Oh, hey, Renee. Just an LOL. Oh, she looks so pretty. But, I mean,
She's
honestly, if you don't think he can get where?
So this is why I have you.
5 times 17 is 85. That's 5 targets. 5 targets a game. That might be a lot, but not really. Look at James White. How many targets was he getting a game? Gibbs is a light years better prospect than
scheme, though.
So and
yes, right. But we'll look at what Goff does. Goff passes to the backs, and they don't have that many options, guys, and they're going to be throwing a ton.
And
so Jason, that's 85 targets at 5 times 17.
How much did Swift get last year?
I don't know. Something good. How about that?
I can tell you.
How about that for info?
48 receptions.
48 receptions. How many games did he play?
I think he played all of them. Or let's see. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, except for 4.
So he played
3. He didn't play 3
games, and he got 48 receptions. Guys, get excited. That is exciting. 48 receptions.
He had 62 the year before.
62 receptions. We're not talking targets. Right? Practice. We're talking receptions, brother. That is insane.
He had 70 targets last year.
Guys, they like Gibbs 12th overall in the NFL draft when they did not need a running back. The history for a pick like that is not good. It's great. But that said, I'm still not super pumped. CMC and Gibbs, yes, I like it. But I'm still nervous about my depth. I'm not pumped about that. One of them goes out, and I'm hurting bad at RB2.
Okay, yes, but I
know, I agree. But
so
that's still
you only need
factor that in.
But okay, 2011.
We're out in 2 minutes.
2011. The winner of NFL League.
I get it.
1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and 2 tight ends. That's all he had. The rest of his team was $1 waiver wire fodder.
Only
you know,
7 now, right?
No, that was we had defense and special. We had more, but you only started 1 running back. That's all he needed. You only start 1 quarterback. That's all he needed. He had 1 wide receiver. We start 2, but he had 2 stud tight ends. That was his flex.
Yes,
he had no depth. He had no depth. 1 injury derails his whole season.
If I win, JB, pizza party. Pizza party for everybody. Every home gets a pizza party in our division. In our conference even. Oh, sweet Jesus, it's going to happen. One guy got lucky 12 years ago, Jason said.
He's still awake.
But yes, Zach, you are right. It can happen. But the way I was ranking my running back room is I'm nervous about it. Right? I'm a bit nervous about it. So I knocked it down. Well, I knocked it down. I was at 2. I got knocked down past you. I like your team. I like my quarterbacks better. But
your quarterback. That's
I know.
Your quarterbacks are great.
I know. All right. Hey guys. Hey, quick hour. Right? We put a bow on it, dude. That wasn't bad. Oh, 9:06. I know. But hey, this is about as great logic from JK. Not sure what he was talking about, but it was probably
He's
me.
talking about my one team that did it all with no depth.
Oh, was he being sarcastic?
Yeah. Of course he's talking to me.
I didn't know.
We missed so much chat. It's not even funny.
Oh, he's been sending me DMs in Discord this whole time.
Oh, is he? Oh, good. Hey,
I see him pop up. I don't get to read them all, but
hey, this was great. I don't know how we're going to do a 16-team league. We will learn from this, guys. And we got to do this number. Okay. We got to keep it
Well,
tight.
we started out with 30 minutes of just random talk too.
Which is bound to happen anytime we're
Jason,
on.
let's end it and we can discuss
Okay.
this.
Thank you. All right. Hey, guys, super fun. If you guys have any input, give it to us. If we're the worst, let us know. If this is just for us, God dang it, I'm having fun. Much love, guys. Love y'all. We'll talk to you next time.
Later, all.
Later.